In this lesson, you will get an overview of Russian cases. We got 6 cases in Russian language, and if we decline a noun, basically the cases and the words can be adjusted. So we get not only declination of nouns, but also of pronouns and also adjectives, and they need to agree between each other. However, we won't go into the complexity of agreement now. It's only a brief overview over Russian cases. With every case, you will get 2 question words. And if we decline a noun, it will answer one of these 2 question words. Basically, one question word is for living things, and another question word is for objects, for not living things. It is crucial for you to understand the concept and to learn these question words. The question words are very important. Even though these question words will repeat themselves and they will take different meanings. So I would suggest to you not to start learning them now, but write them down with the translation as I'm giving them to you. Because some words in the different cases will have same question word. You will see it and you will understand what am I talking about. So you cannot really learn it without knowing the context where we will apply this particular case. Another thing is about examples. Also, the examples are very important if you learn cases. If not as important as the grammatic itself. So write all of the examples for yourself and eventually write the explanations and the translations. And if you can, memorize the examples, because examples while you are learning cases are blueprints of application of the concepts you are learning. So they're very important. If you cannot memorize them, keep them as examples on paper, somewhere you can easily reach to them. Because you need to apply cases, and once you apply them a few times, I don't know, 3-5 times, then you start to get easy with them. You're getting a certain routine with applying the cases. Let's start. First case is nominative. And if we put a noun in nominative, it will answer one of 2 questions: кто or что, who or what. Кто or что. Who, what. Кто, что. Кто is who, что is what. Write them down. Next one is genitive. Answers the questions of whom and of what. Of whom and of what. Кого, чего. Кого, чего. Written кого, чего, however pronounced кого, чего, with the emphasis on o. Кого, чего. Try to pronounce it with me. Кого, чего. Кого, чего. I'm pronouncing it several times because it's very important. This pronunciation in the word кого, чего, it is actually one of the pronunciation where there's Russian logic of alphabet as phonetic alphabet, where you read, so where you know the name of the letter and you can read straight away. The logic is not really applicable here. So кого, чего, it is important to know how to pronounce them. If you want to have exact idea about how and why you are pronouncing them this way, you need to go to the phonetic section of Russian Online University. The brief explanation is that the emphasis falls on O. So, and not emphasized O is read as A. So, кого, чего. However, for us now, it's important to understand the meaning of these questions. So here it means of whom and of what, because the answer, the question word will come in a different case with the different meaning. So, dative. Dative answers questions to whom and to what. Кому, чему. Кому, чему. Чему. Again, pronounced кому, written кому. Кому, чему. I emphasize that maybe too much, so кого, чего, even if you pronounce the way you read it, it's also fine, so don't get anxious about this. Everybody will understand you. It sounds much more sound for Russian ears if you would pronounce it кого, чего. But don't overemphasize. So if I'm saying кого, so don't overemphasize on a or в. Кого, чего. Кому, чему. So, кого, чего, of whom, of what, кому, чему, to whom, to what. Accusative. Accusative is whom and what. Whom and what. Кого, что. Кого, что. Кого, что. And here we got this problem. In genitive, кого was of whom, and here we get whom. And что is also repeating itself in nominative, even with the same, seemingly same meaning as giving in nominative. So, кого, что here is whom and what. So, basically, you need to go from the context within a part of the sentence where you apply this case, or where you find this case. So don't take it too serious now. That's why I told you also don't learn these questions as question words right now. Understand them, understand what is going on here, and start learning them while we are discussing each single case separately. So, instrumental case. Instrumental case answers the questions by whom or with whom, and by what or with what. Кем, чем. Кем, чем. So, кем, by whom or with whom. Чем, by what or with what. Кем, чем. Again, кого, что, кем, чем. And prepositional. Prepositional case, о ком, о чем, about whom and about what. О ком, о чем. О ком, о чем. О ком, about whom, о чем, about what. О ком, о чем. I will read these question words with you 3 times. Pronounce them after me, because you study right now the pronunciation, and try to hear the melody. There is a certain melody in them. I don't know if you will understand the melody or not, because the words are pretty strange to you right now. If you are able, so if you can find the power of studying these words one after another as a poem, and you will also learn the meaning to them, it will immensely help you in studying cases. However, if you don't want to invest your time too much on this, don't worry about this. So don't worry, just write them down and keep them somewhere where you can refer to them in the next lessons. So let's pronounce them together. Кто, что. Кто, что. Try to pronounce by yourself. Кто, что. Кого, чего. Кого, чего. I would like you to pronounce that with me and after me also. So if I leave you some time, then pronounce it after me. I don't want to tell you now pronounce it. I just assume that you understand what is going on here and you pronounce it after me. While I'm speaking, don't just listen to me. Also pronounce the with me. So basically read it with me. Кого? Чего? Кого? Чего? Кому? Чему? Кому? Чему? Кого? Что? Кого? Что? Кем? Чем? Кем? Чем? О ком? О чем? О ком? О чем? And a little bit faster. Кто? Что? Кого? Чего? Кому? Чему? Кого? Что? Кем? Чем? О ком? О чем? If you read them and you tend to read the vocal way, so basically if you would read them кого, чего, and you read, I assume, quite slow right now, don't worry about this. It is understandable. People will understand you. Кто, что, and don't worry also about learning something wrong. So basically if you read them кого, чего, don't force yourself to read them кого, чего. So just read them the way you're reading them and study them. Prefers them to study. So if you remember what I was saying, it's fine. But don't force yourself into reading them the correct way, because it is just complicating your life. At some point you will see, you will notice that more and more your pronunciation and the way you are speaking coming closer to my pronunciation. Кто, что, кого, чего, кому, чему, кого, что, кем, чем, о ком, о чем. Can you hear the melody? Кто, что, кого, чего, кому, чему, кого, что, кем, чем, о ком, о чем. There is a certain melody. It breaks here a little bit. We will see. Now let's go on with the examples. And as I told you, examples are very important. So write them all down and keep your writings. Keep your writings where you can reach them easily.